For any management team, the IPO process is probably one of the most gruelling processes that you ever go through. There's so much going on. You may be getting, over a 6-month period, you might be just having 2 or 3 hours sleep. I don't envy anyone in a management team having to do it. If you're doing 5 meetings a day, you just get brain fog. You don't know whether you answered a question 5 minutes ago or 5 hours ago. So how do you prepare for that properly? It's about practicing, lots of practice, so that on the day you've ironed out all the difficulties. It's about having a really simple story. The easier the story is, the more likely you'll get it across well. And then it's about looking really good as a team, how you interact, how that works. And that's when we practice teams over and over and over again. But my gosh, you get a lot of added value from doing that. And that's how you prepare a management team for an IPO.
When your team is preparing for an IPO, it can be a very stressful time. And very often we see people preparing by making huge lists of possible questions that investors might ask and then hugely detailed answers. And I've worked with a lot of senior managers of businesses who are IPOing who find that overwhelming. It's just not really possible to memorize every single possible question and every single possible answer. So often our approach is to focus more on what the really important messages are that we think are going to press investors' buttons. And then we focus on making sure that every question is an access point into those messages. And of course, you know what the negatives are likely to be, negative, tough questions. So prepare for those, make sure you've got ways to leave them that leave a positive thought in investors' minds.
People sometimes ask us how you should prepare a team for IPO. There are lots of things. You need the right presentation, you need the right materials. You also need to look like a team. One of the biggest problems for management teams is when investors can tell that they're not really a team. They're not operating like a team. So when we do our role play for people who are preparing for an IPO, we get the team together. In a very realistic scenario, we act the role of prospective investors and we get them to pitch to us so we can see them acting like a team, they can interrelate with each other, and then when they go out and meet real investors, it works.